Welcome to this verse. So, self-selects. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has spoken. He has come outside to clear some hair. Mo ṣe bí ẹni tó sòkò sórùlé òun nílé ló fẹ́ gbọ́. Ó ní I hold no cabal. I spent my personal fortune on Yakubu's selection election. So, come along with me as we dive into this quite revealing and but oh my God, it's quite interesting. Okay, come along with me. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says he does not hold any cabal compensation as he spent his fortune pursuing his presidential ambition during the last election. Mo ṣe bí wọ́n ní àgbàlagbà tí yóò bá kẹ́ òun sọ̀rọ̀ yóò kẹtàn sáré. Ohun tó bá mágbàlagbà tó ń ṣe láńgbáláńgbá lọ́sàn-án gangan bí ò lé nǹkan lé tó túmọ̀ sí pé nǹkan kọ̀ọ̀kan á ti máa lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ tó fi lè mú ṣọ̀gùn lérè láti sojú abẹ́ǹkó pé it does not hold any cabal any compensation tó túmọ̀ sí pé àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà wọ́n ti pojó bó okùn sí lọ́rùn pé ó yẹ kó sọjọ́ fáwọn after all àwọn làwọn máa ti wáyé onúnàgún àwọn ní àmẹ́rin ìjọba ìwẹ̀ pé àwọn láfọbàjẹ́ àwọn afọbajẹ́ òkè ọ̀yà wọ́n wá mú Ahmed afọbajẹ́ apá àṣálẹ̀ wọ́n wọ ìjọba mo ṣe bí ìran afọbajẹ́ kan kí ìjọba ìdánlọ season fíìmù ní ìdánlọ lórí ìta mẹ́ta kò tán síbẹ̀ o ó ṣáà ti bọ́ ọ̀tà ó ti ní òun self-select you àtọ́ọ́dá òun ò hold anybody o any compensation that is owó gbà má bínú pé owó oògùn òun lòun ná láti dépò tó fẹ́ dé torí pé kí ni òun ló kàn. So the self-select who received a delegation of Islamic leaders led by Sheikh Balilao at the State House said his victory at the polls was purely by divine intervention. Mo ń sọ náà bó ti mọ̀ pé àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà náà ni wọ́n ṣe bí torí kó dílé bá a gbọ́ la ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ létí ọmọ ẹ̀ ẹjọ́ àwọn Islamic religious leaders wọ́n wá kí ló wá ìkúrò ló wá rà Tinubu ọmọ ẹ̀rán ṣe dé gbá kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ wá sọ kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ kí ni ìtàkùrọ̀sọ tó wà láàrin yín tó fi ní láti máa dáhùn pé your victory at the polls was purely by divine intervention divine intervention courtesy of Almighty Aneki Yakubu as orchestrated by àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà àwọn náà gbé e débẹ̀. He self-selects dismissed claims that he is being controlled by some cabal to make some of the economic reforms his administration embarks upon. I have no cabal. I have no sponsors. Ìwọ gọ́gọ́ ní cabal. Sponsors náà. Ìwọ gọ́gọ́ ní sponsor. Ew. The money I spent on the elections was my personal fortune. At some point, the odds were against me. Banks were locked. But Allah, the Almighty God, said I will be president. Totoni. Àkàrà dórí ó dórí àkáyín ṣẹ̀gólérè ló bá dé eégún. Ẹni tí wọ́n pè kó wá jẹun ló wá mú ẹ lọ́wọ́ dání. Ó mú ẹ lọ́wọ́ dání, ó tún gbé kòkó, ó tún gbé sàásùn lẹ̀. Ló bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n náà ní lójú mi. Ní ìlú mi tí ló bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n náà dá ságídí pé gbogbo àbádodo dé àṣì. Bí ò bá sì ṣe é ṣí, àfọ́dásọ́nù. Kàkà kọ́mọdé pa mí láyò. Máa ṣòjóró. Lọ́ba kókó fẹ́ kẹta gbogbo ẹ̀ sí rọ́ọ̀fù. Allah said I will be president. Mine is to now follow the leading and teaching of the Almighty God. Leading and teaching of the Almighty God. But ó níbi tó tójú bọ̀. Ó rántí God now. Ó níbi tó tójú bọ̀ now. Kó tó débi tó dé. Ó láwọn nǹkan tó ṣe. Ó láwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbé. Ó láwọn ọ̀mùlẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ mú. Ó láwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àsọtì God lọ́ọ̀lọ́hùn. Ọlọ́run máa kó ìbínú o. One of the most potent elements of defense is good conscience. Kóró gbá lẹ́nu ẹ. Ṣàngólérè, kóró gbá lẹ́nu ẹ. Ìwọ good conscience. Good conscience ṣá. Ìwọ lọ́jọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀dùwà tó ń pín good conscience fáwọn ọmọ adarí hun. Òun sí ilé. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́jọ́ tí wọ́n ń pín àdánìkànjọpọ́n àfẹ́mí. Tẹ́níbàjẹ́ ò kàn mí. I don't care attitude. Kódà ìwọ ni number 1. So excuse you, good conscience. No. Padà òde àdáni. Only. It is also a defense against corruption. Excuse you. Ṣàngólérè. Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Àmúdá. Ṣọ́ra rẹ. Mo kọ ìyá rẹ̀. Bàbá ní kí ìyá rẹ̀ ó pé o. Ṣùgbọ́n mọ́gàjì tẹ́ ẹ ṣe yá. Ó dàbí pé gbà tí mọ́gàjì máa jí níbi tó sùn sí ni. Ó wá fẹ́ létí níbi tó ti gbọ́. Ìwọ fight against corruption. If corruption were a person, it is you. Corruption. Lẹ́nu ẹ. Oh my God. Talk is cheap. Your talk doesn't talk. Could go with your actions. So excuse you. What should be uppermost in our minds is the future of our children. Mo ṣe bí ọkà bímọ ẹ lé òbóró. Ọmọ tẹ́yà bá bí ẹ̀yà náà ní òjò. Ìran àjànàkú kan wọ́n ìbá rárá. No. Gbogbo torí ọmọ yín náà ni. Tẹ́bẹ̀ ti faṣẹ́ lọ́mọ yín lọ́wọ́. Àwọn tó ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lánàá àwọn dà. Our children. Whose children? In this context. whose children are you referring to? Your own children, àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀. Torí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kò dọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Wọn ò rí fìrìfìrí ẹ̀. Ọmọ tálíkà, ọmọ mẹ̀kúnnù tẹ́ ẹ kó wọn sínú pọ́tì tẹ́ ẹ ń pa. Àwọn ni wọ́n màlà, àwọn náà ń fi ilẹ̀. We have a lot to teach them on what it takes to be a good citizen. O ti exemplify yẹ ló ṣe mú ṣe yìí. Mo ṣe bí wọ́n ní bí ìyá bá ròde ọmọ àgbélé ló ṣe mú ṣe yìí. Ṣé ó jẹ́ part of executive member? Gbogbo meeting tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe ló ń wà now. Show him the ropes so that òun náà a lè máa kó àwọn tiẹ̀, a lè máa kó wọn jẹ, a lè jẹ gàba lé wọn lórí. Múra sí. I can see what it takes to be good citizen. Are you a good citizen? Ṣàngó àmùdó jèrè Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí. Wọ́n bá ń pe good citizen ìjọ ṣó máa lè yanjú, ṣó máa lè yọjú, ṣó o gbójúgbóyà gbẹnu láti sọ pé ọmọlúwàbí ni ẹ́ lọ́rọ̀ níwà lérò àti níṣe. And what it takes to be responsible. We're responsible now. Wíwọ́ àtàwọn ṣàwáwẹ̀ àti gbogbo it. If irresponsible wà ẹ̀yin ni irresponsible set of fathers, useless set of people, thieves, rogues, òní gbogbo yín. The press-elect said, Press-elect Tinubu said protests fueled by anger and hate could degenerate into violence and set the country backwards. Really? But ìwọ náà protest now. Láyé ebili ọ̀mùtí. Láyé ebili ó protest now. Ọdún wo wá ní said protest fueled by anger and hate. So ìgbà tí wọ́n protest kò fueled by anger. Kò fọ́ ó mà níye tó mà tèpó ń gbà yẹn. Ojú yọbọ tó bọ́ ọ̀tá tó ṣaya tẹ́líkù tó ṣáájú kò fọ́ by 8. Only could degenerate into violence and set the country backwards. Àwọn ọmọ tó mà ṣe EndSARS, it was a peaceful demonstration. Tẹ́ ẹ mà pa wọ́n, mo rí headline kan tó fohùn sílẹ̀ pé káwọn protesters kan mind ara wọn torí ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ bẹ́rì wọn o ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń bẹ́rì ni òun fi kú dẹ́rù bà wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ti kú kíkú tó dé ikú wo ló tún fẹ́ pa mẹ̀kúnnù ṣé kú sìmẹ́ǹtì ni ká sọ àbí kú petrol àbí kú lack of education àbí kú lack of good health system àbí kú lack of infrastructures àbí kú lack of bad roads àbí kú corruption àbí kú Nigeria itself. That name Nigeria is a disease. Àbí Nigeria that has happened to millions of citizens. Àbí the Japa syndrome. Ṣóun la fẹ́ sọ pa ni. Bring the country led to violence. Violence, fẹ́kọ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ violence ti wà náà. Kò sí violence lẹ́ńtà petrol ní iye tẹ́ǹtà. Ṣọ̀gùn lérí àmúdá. Kò sí violence. Ṣúpẹ̀rú. Wọ́n ń gbé bọ̀. Owó náírà lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Ó mà níye tí ráìsì dá. Ṣọ̀gùn lérè. Lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Mo ṣe bí ngbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní kí ni wọ́n máa fún wọn? Wà fún wọn ní gàárì. Wà fún wọn lágbàdo. Wà fún wọn lẹ́wà. Gàárì ò mà ṣe tọ́. Olówó ló máa ń jẹ wá. Àwọn billionaires, trillionaires ló máa ń jẹ ìrẹsì nsìn. Ìrẹsì wọ́n ń gbé bọ̀ tó bá ti gún wọn lábẹ́rẹ́ báyìí. Tí àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù bá ti fẹ́ ní ìyá ipò wà tí ìrẹsì síta. Kíní kan ṣe kíní kan wà tí ìrẹsì síta kí rẹ̀wẹ̀sì lè máa dé bá wọn àbí àmùdá yóò mọ̀ lẹ́yìn ẹmẹ́ṣẹ́gun kẹ́ṣẹ́ ẹni kó má ké tí wọ́n bá ti wá ní wọ́n ta wó rówó ẹgbà wá wàá gbé ìrẹsì but ìrẹsì tí wọ́n rí o kí rẹ̀wẹ̀sì lè máa dé bá wọn àbí múra sí set the country backwards ṣe country àwọn wò torí country méjì ló wà some monkey are more monkeyer than other monkeys some Nigerians are more Nigerians than other Nigerians. Say country which country ló ń dàgbà say country ẹ̀yin political chiefs the few selected that are eating àwọn ọmọdò mo jẹ bí ìran ọmọdò bá ṣe bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ bàbá àlùjá àwọn ìran ọmọdò ṣé ìmọ̀dò ni wọ́n àbẹ̀lẹ́dẹ̀ èwo tí ẹ lè wo òwú janko káwọn orí àwọn ọmọ ìkúnnù lẹ́dúró lé o so kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ máa gùn wọ́n kí kọ́ńtì yìí má bàa go backwards ta ló sọ pé kọ́ńtì yìí tó forward ni kò ever forward no be Nigeria. Lórí irọ́ kí ló tún sọ we are reworking the social welfare scheme to reach the world level. Which is the closest to our people. We are going to ensure that we reestablish connection with the world again so that we can give allowances to the poor and the vulnerable. Ẹnu ẹ̀ lákan ìlórí irọ́ reworking the social welfare jọ ọmọ ẹni tí wọ́n bí sábúlé ó mà ní níìmù wọ́n mà ní níìmù lè fi níìmù yẹn NIM card NIM number kẹ́ fi ṣe the social welfare system fún wọn but ẹ bá fẹ́ gbé voters register bọ́ọ̀ta orúkọ wọn máa wà ń bẹ̀ ọmọ tí wọ́n bí lẹ́nu ní Nàìjíríà ó mà ní mobile phone tí wọ́n máa dán sí pé tó bá ní ìmọ̀ something ò lè ní mobile phone lè fi yẹn ṣe kẹ́ máa fi credit account wọn kẹ́ máa sanwó síbẹ̀ níbi táyé lajú dé ní 21st century tí technology tó ti make everything much more easy accessible at people's fingertips. Orí yẹn ṣe ẹ ní láti pass through people. Oh my God. Okay, we are going to ensure that we reestablish connection with the world again so that we can give allowances to the poor and the vulnerable. So, plan any. But uncountable number of times, ni àwọn ministers say, àti whoever, they just work together. Number one, number sọ pé, oh, it is a war for the poor. It is a so, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What's up? Yeah. What's up? It's so, it's said the word for it. What's up? Yeah. It's making million of the masses out of poverty. Láyé Buhari, òun àti ọmọbìnrin kan báyìí tó ṣojú ṣoǹpalà tó ṣe mú ṣọ ọbẹ̀ tó lógo báyìí. I can't remember her name. Àbórí má bó wà ọ̀fà tẹ̀sùbá àfanámọ́ra tó jẹ́ pé ìborun orí ẹ̀ báyìí ó fi ń kówó jẹ ni ó kàn kówó jẹ ni ó kàn kó wá ní àlẹ́ ni o àwọn tí kó kíní kan million out of poverty lọ́la àwọn tí kó kíní kan billion out of poverty ǹgbà tó má kúrò lọ́fíìsì gbogbo owó yẹn ló má kó jẹ tán ṣe àwọn èèyàn ẹ tún kó wọn sínú iṣẹ́ òun ìyà àpọ̀jù òun ìpààyàn kékeré ni lẹ kó wọn sí. If anything poorer ṣe bí wọ́n tẹ̀ sọ di poorest vulnerable tí nǹkan mi bá wà lẹ́yìn vulnerable tí nǹkan mi bá wà more demeaning lẹ́yìn vulnerable ibẹ̀ làwọn èèyàn wà náà. The student loans will pay for school fees. Tinubu. Ṣàngó lérè. Ó bá àwọn èèyàn fi pọ̀ lùpì ní. Wàhálà títí so-called student loans tó ti dálẹ̀ fẹ́ dálẹ̀ ṣe ń dálẹ̀ tó ń dálẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ with these so-called student loans tó lò lórí irọ́ tí wọ́n rí lórí irọ́ ó tún ti increase the percentage of people dropping out from third level education ó tún fi increase ẹ̀ sí ni. There will be monetary support for the education of our children. Which children? Are you referring to your own children? Because the masses, because anything, we can a policy to put in place for education. What policies do you have in place from 0 to 6 years? Which is the early years. What policies to put in place for children from 0 months to 6 years? Which one to put in place from 6 years, from primary school, from the beginning of primary school to the end of primary school? What policies, what educational policies and frameworks are being put in place for secondary school children? What educational policies and frameworks are being put in place for even the ones in the third level tertiary institutions? Because as far as I'm concerned, they are still using the syllabus of pre-independence when everybody have moved away from that. There's no plan. The educational system is not working. The educational system needs to be overhauled. We need to look at what do we need. Nkota need as a people, as a nation, as an economy. Nkota need as indigenous people educationally. To serve, we're right. A country like Germany, they're using their indigenous language. China, they're using their indigenous language. And it is working for them. Kilo put in place with regards to that. Kamaiti was when was the last time there's a population? Kini population more 0 to 6 years in Nigeria. Kini population from 6 to 18 years. Kini population from 18 to 25 years of age. Kini put in place for what plans do you have? How do you meet their needs? The elderly is there. Kini percentage àwọn elderly? Kini nǹkan tó need? Kini àwọn structures? Kini àwọn infrastructures? Kini àwọn policies and frameworks tó yẹ kẹ́ put in place to cater for their needs? Nothing. Because you as an elderly person, tó bá sì ké báyìí, tó bá sì tó, o ti go private plane lọ sí France. Just France will need something working in place to care for the elderly class that you belong to. Just show Marinko lo see France lo need access to see. Oh. Okay. The consumer credit will support citizens to buy cars and houses. Consumer credit. Sangolere, consumer credit. Nínú gbogbo nǹkan sọ yìí will support citizens to buy cars and houses, and they can repay gradually. Gbèsè. O wá kó ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹ́ o fẹ́ kó ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹ́ gbèsè sí wọn lọ́rùn. Consumer credit will support citizens to buy cars. Ṣé cars which citizens? Jẹ́ kí n bi ẹ́, àwọn citizen wo? Ṣé nílùú tí o sọ pé minimum wage is 70,000 ni wọ́n ti máa ra mọ́tò? Nínú 70,000 náà ti máa ra lé. 70,000 tó jẹ́ pé 80,000 or something náà ta báàgì ráìsì. Ṣàngólérè àmùdá Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí èèyàn ló ń ṣèkà. Èèyàn ni kà. That is the full pronunciation of your name. Àmùdá Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí èèyàn ni kà. Èèyàn ní ẹ̀nà ó tẹ̀ wúwo èèyàn náà ó tún wá gbé yẹn wá lórí irọ́, and they can pay gradually. Ó wá kó ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹkẹ̀ anyway ṣe agbowó ọ̀pá ní ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹkẹ̀ gbèsè kan tó wá kọ́ wá máa ṣé bí no be person wey eat na him go buy car, no be person wey eat na him go buy house. Oh God. This is disheartening. This is sad. It is sad. It's very, very sad. The president said, Tinubu said the sponsors of protests place their selfish ambitions above the national interest. Ó lè gbé ó lè gbà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dán ṣe fúnra yín ni. Ohun tó mú ẹ tó fi fọhùn síta pé ìwọ òhó cabal alẹ́ tí jọ ń ṣe lábẹ́lẹ̀sẹ̀. Excuse me, nígbà tó rí pé o ò fẹ́ gbọ́ ni wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ yí. Bẹ́yìn náà ṣe máa ń yé sí every good intention of the masses láti fẹ̀hónú hàn pé ẹ fara ni wá. Ìyà yìí tó ìyà yìí pọ̀ tẹ́ máa mú tẹ́ máa lọ dàrú tẹ́ máa dojú ẹ̀rù tẹ́ máa da gbogbo ẹ̀. Ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ ó lè ló mẹ́sì ó lè tọ̀ lórí àpáta nígbà tẹ́yìn náà mọ̀ tó tẹ́ máa fi tẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ máa fi protest tẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ máa fi protest sùn tẹ́ mọ̀ tó tẹ́ máa fi protest pa. Ó yẹ kó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó yẹ kó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Sponsors tó túmọ̀ sí pé èyí náà ni sponsor. Ebe yìí náà ni sponsor cabal ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí náà ni cabal lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́jọgbẹ́ ni lọ́lọ́gbàjọgbà òun ní náà bọ́tí wọ́n gẹ̀ẹ́sì wá káyà títí ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ìwọ ẹsẹ̀ ló lọ fi káyà wọn mọ́lẹ̀ ìwọ ló kúrò lápá àṣàlẹ̀ tó lọ bá wọn náà nóòkè. So o rò pé àwọn oníní wá wá lajúlẹ̀ wá wá jẹ́ kó take over but àmùdó jèrè ọlọ́run ò sí bí èèyàn ní ṣèkà ó ti ṣe ká títí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà fún wọn ní ìsinyìí náà torí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pàṣàmọ̀ tí wàá wíru táwọn náà sọ tí wọ́n àdàbà yín méjèèjì ń pò gèdè bíi pẹ́yẹlé ògbà ẹyẹlé àwọn mẹ̀kúrù wọ́n gbọ́ family business family affair yìí àníjà yìí sí tó bá yá ẹ̀ẹ́jà síta. Ìwọ tó tẹ̀jẹ̀ pé ogóòdù ni kó máa dágbó sí méjì èyí wọn ni wọ́n ta lù wọ́n sẹ́ àwọn Fúlàní tó jẹ́ pé ibi títí tẹnìkan tó parí sínú tẹlòmíì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹjọ́ máa hanra yín lè mọ̀ sẹ́ national interest. The sponsors of protests do not love our country. Which country? Ṣé country tí mẹ̀kúnnù wà àbí country tẹ́yìn olówó wà? They have no love for the nation. Which nation? Ṣé nation Nigeria ti àwọn Britico àbí the indigenous people's nation? Which one? Which of the nations ló ń sọ? They do not understand citizenship. Ìwọ ló understand the citizenship. Ìwọ ló understand the citizenship. Okay, they do not understand citizenship. All right. Okay, what is the definition of citizenship? All right. Torí òun sọ̀rọ̀ ní ṣe talk is cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. The state of being a member of a particular country and having rights because of it. Which do they even have rights? Wọ́n ní rights nínú country in Nigeria. Wọ́n ní rights. So, kí ló wá sọ? They do not understand citizenship. They are no citizens of Nigeria now because they have no rights. If anything, they are being oppressed and suppressed and tortured. By weaponizing poverty, by weaponizing lack of infrastructures, by weaponizing food shortages. What's up with citizenship? Citizenship, my ass. They have alternative passports. They are in different parts of the world holding. Okay. Torí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ kò apply sáwọn mẹ̀kúnnù okay àwọn ará yín tẹjọ́ ń jà lábẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀nà sọ okay àwọn ọ̀nà sọ ní the sponsors of the protest do not love our country okay ìwọ náà sponsor ni wọn náà. They have no love for the nation. They do not understand citizenship. Okay. They have alternative passport. Ṣebí wọn náà ní. Gbogbo yín ni. Igide ẹyẹfò. They are in different parts of the world. Holding. Kí ló ní wọ́n hold? Holding kíni? Holding meetings virtually. Ṣebí ìwọ náà ṣe now. Ṣé nígbà títí ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ máa kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ẹ lọ ṣe meeting ní UK òun jẹ́wọ́ bọ̀ díẹ̀ ṣàgó òun stylishly kà nìyẹn o. Wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo yín ni ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ni wọn ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ náà any alternative passport ṣé wọn náà ní ni so ó wá ń dùn ẹ pé wọ́n meet in different parts of the world. Wọ́n meet virtually. Ìwọ ṣe tiẹ̀ virtually now. You went there physically. O lọ physically now. We have to be careful. Àwọn wo? We should be careful with premature politics. Politics of hate and anger. Ó dàbí ẹni pé àwọn tẹ́jọ́ ń tayò. Àwọn ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó kí ọya. Àwọn ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin òròmọsọ́kù. Ó yẹ ọmọ tó ń sunkún. Ó yẹ̀yẹ́ ẹ̀ tó ń rẹ̀. Àwọn tó kẹ́ya ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin. Mo ṣe bí àwọn olórí ẹlẹ́sìn tó kẹ́ya. Àwọn náà nù wá yọjú sí ẹ. Ló ṣe jẹ́ kó jókòó ọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. Kó rán wọn sílé. Because wọ́n wá kẹ́ èmi ò mọ nǹkan tó fa gbogbo story. Wọ́n sì story Balamuri. Mi ò mọ̀. Wọ́n ṣá bala bulubulu bala but bala bulubulu bala tó sọ yìí ó yẹ ọmọ tó ń ké ó yẹ tó ń rẹ̀ ó jọ yẹ yín ni ẹ̀yin ọjọ́ we should be careful with premature politics so kí ló ṣe primi so full time politics ni nǹkan tẹ́jọ́ ń gbá nìyẹn politics of hate and anger so wọ́n ti ń bínú sí ẹ. Wọ́n ti ń bínú sí ẹ tó fi ní kò sẹ́ni kankan tó deserve compensation lọ́wọ́ títẹ. Wọ́n hate ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ńkọ́. Súnmọ́ ni là mọ̀ ṣe ẹni èèyàn gbókèrè ní ṣòro pé gbogbo ẹyin tí wọ́n ń fẹ̀ sí ẹ tí wọ́n ń fẹ̀ sí wọ́n rò pé bóyá dọ́mí ni ẹ. Wọ́n rò pé bóyá wọ́n máa rí ẹ lò. Wọ́n rò pé bóyá ò ní pẹ́ kú tẹ̀bí wọn kò kú mọ́ tó ti wá de ego ti de ego ẹja sí ọ lọ́rùn. Ó ti di ego tí wọ́n so májá lọ́rùn kò ṣeé jẹ kò ṣeé jùdà sọ̀rùn. Ẹjọ́ máa yan ọjọ́ ẹ̀. The internet has made it possible to hold meetings in artificial settings. They hold meetings and sponsor anger. But kí wá nìyẹn? Ó ń dùn ẹ̀ pé wọ́n hold the meeting. Tábà ṣáà jẹ́ kí wọ́n hold the meeting physically, wọ́n ṣáà hold bákan. So kí wá ni? Ìyẹn ló dùn àìmọye mítìsì tẹ́yìn hold láti ìbàtí mẹ̀kúnnù jẹ́ lójú mẹ̀kúnnù rédíò yẹn àgbè tẹlifíṣàn yẹn àgbè níṣẹ́pà yẹn àgbè ta ló ké kí ló dé tó ń ké ta ló ké ta ló sọ̀rọ̀ so ṣé wọ́n á dùn ẹ̀ ni wọ́n sá fún ẹ tó nà wọ́n sá fún ẹ tó tí wọ́n bá decide láti máa hold the meetings wọn from everywhere in the world virtually wọ́n sá fún ẹ tó nì. Tó bá wù wọ́n láti ṣe lójú ẹ̀ kòró kò sí ní tó ṣe kí ló ṣe after all ńgbà tí rìkì sí sọyìn pọ̀ lójú wa lójú mẹ̀kúnnù báyìí ni gbogbo yín lẹ máa shake hands lẹ máa shake hands lẹ máa ṣe meeting ẹ wà ní the meeting of stakeholders the meeting later proceeded to behind doors tẹ́lẹ̀ máa gbé newspaper máa gbé mi ò rò pé àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù mi ò rò pé bóyá wọ́n complain or anything now so okay. Nígbà tẹ́yìn ṣe protest tí ṣe meeting níbì kankan ṣe meeting physically or virtually níbì kankan ṣe meeting by calling each other gbogbo yín kàn decide ó kàn jẹ́ happenstance pé gbogbo yín ẹ kàn wà ní that place that venue for the protest that same day that very hour ṣe meeting kankan raise the issues raise the concern. So àwọn aráàlú máa wà dárun tiẹ̀ ti san wọ́n di dán mi wọ́n lè dá ronú ẹnìkan ló ní láti máa kọ́ wọn. Àwọn aráàlú ti wá di wọ́n ti di switch tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kan níbì kan ni wọ́n switch it on and off nígbà tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tẹ́yìn náà ṣe náà nìyẹn. Wo mẹ́mẹ́ is coming pàṣẹ tá a fi nà ìyálé ni ó ń bẹ lájà fúyàwó. What goes round comes round karma ó kárí ẹ láì. Kí wẹ́lẹ̀ tí kí n lẹ tí tip of the iceberg tó jẹ́ pé èyí tó ń bọ̀ yìí ṣe bí eléyìí wọ́n sọ fún yín wọ́n notify yín pé lọ́jọ́ báyìí nígbà báyìí eléyìí tó ń bọ̀ yìí simultaneously all over the continent at the same time. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní second citizen ní dúró mú passport plane private jet kìnnìkan ní rójú ráàyè débẹ̀ mọ́tò àkéèdè entourage kìnnìkan ẹbẹ ní bá lè sáré ni gbogbo yín dẹkẹrẹ gutter to grave ni gbogbo yìí kò gbé kò wú jàǹkó àlàáfíà jìnnà sí yín gbogbo yín pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tẹ náà kò yọ lára yín ẹ rí gẹ́mí ni bí olóńgbò tó jò pa gbogbo owó tẹ kó jẹ kò yọ lára yín àwọn ètò tó sanra nínú iṣẹ́ ni wọ́n wú báǹtù tí wọ́n kú fún ìdín ṣíyọ so oh my God, this is a long one. And I am happy. Inú mi dùn, ó dùn mọ́ mi gangan. Tó bá sọ pé violence headquarters, àwọn èèyàn wọ́n gbéjà wá ni. Oh my God. Wọ́n tún ní bí ejò. No wonder. Tí Tinubu tó bá ka gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ yìí. Kódà kò lè survive ẹ̀. Kò lè survive ẹ̀ torí àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ṣe bọ̀bọ̀sìkì fún wọ́n bọ́ fún mẹ́ẹ́n gbàsgbòsì tó bá ka gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ kò ní survive ẹ̀ but high blood pressure báyìí ó máa whatever condition tó ní kódà kò ní survive ẹ̀ ó ti máa pọ̀jù fún. So let's find out what the people are saying. The people feeling the heat, the people wearing the shoe, the people there that are in it. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. The kind vex wey dey comment here. The kind vex, wey people comment here. If the keyboard were to turn to people, I hope them go pour out for street to protest and change Nigeria for good. But keyboard soldiers ni wọ́n ká ní gbogbo tó ń ṣe gbégbóná báyìí ni wọ́n wá turn it into action. Talk is cheap, not turn it into action. Wọ́n ti máa sá lọ. All this aninilára wọ́n ti sá lọ. So let's find out. Batoski. The Mafian has spoken. One Nigerialist, I hail thee. And you only have Yakubu to thank, not God. Abi, Yakubu ló gbé adébẹ̀ now. Somebody said, funny how those who are in power claim it's God who put them there, while their actions is nothing less of selfishness and wickedness and self-centeredness. Your fortune indeed, that you never worked for. What a slap on our faces. It's a slap. Someone who really cares about the people will make people-friendly policies and not what you're doing right now. He's not making people-friendly policies. If anything, all his policies are against the people. Your government is one of the most expensive in the world. Yes, so Tinubu's cost of governance is wasteful spending. Oh my God. Kò sí ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ láyé o. Kò sí ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ láyé. Yet wants the suffering masses to be patient. Patient náà ni. Gbà kámú náà ni. Why do we always get those who are heartless and mean as leaders, even with all the prayers? Simple prayers do not work when it comes to politics. My personal take, of course, there are some things God will not do. Politics is you actively participating. Nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ wọnú hàn. wọ́n dẹ̀ ti san mo ti ẹ̀rí headline kan kí náà san náà tán ní ẹni tí ní ò bá dùn. If anybody is not satisfied with this current administration, kan lọ wait till the election. Even nígbà election, your election doesn't count because it has been rigged already. Àwọn afọbajẹ ti decide ẹni tó kàn. Who this one they try gaslight? Mandate we, you and Yakubu, the foster gather still. Continue with your propaganda. You only use your so-called fortune to bribe INEC chairman and tribunal judges. It's still your divide and rule pattern. Oga hungry, they don't know tribe. You are a wicked tax collector with your useless, stupid policy that is killing Nigerians. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The way it is, all your divisive tactics is not going to work because the people will come together. And hungry man is an angry man. Ìjà mẹ̀kúnnù bọ̀. Tinubu, your best is not yet. Your best is not enough. In 2019, minimum wage was $100. In 2024, minimum wage is $44. Even the GDP don't shrink from 504 billion to 252 billion. My question here is, what are you managing as president? You really need to address the nation, not just as president, but as a father. They make a silent point, but father to be see. That is the problem. Father pekini. Tani baba raja buka. Baba long. Baba long sha. Iko jẹ́ ṣe ti ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé kò mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ ni? Ó dá ń gbà tẹ́ wá ní kó wá máa fádà. Ṣé jẹ́ bàbá yín ni? Ṣé ẹ̀dá bàbá yín mọ̀ ni? That is the problem. He is a public servant. He should perform his function and duty to the people. Not as a father, not as anything, but as a public servant. To serve the people. What has father got to do with this? Àwọn èyìnbó, okay, father, ńgbà tó gbé father ṣe bí father èdè àwọn èyìnbó ni. Nínú ìjọba àwọn èyìnbó, àwọn ṣe máa wo àwọn politicians wọn, àwọn president wọn, àwọn public servants wọn, which the president, the prime minister, and the ministers and whatever, kọ́ máa fi wọ́n ṣe father pé kí ni, ṣé wọ́n jọ mọ wọn ni? What has father got to do with you performing your civic responsibility and duty as a public servant that you are? You have grown highly unpopular before nǹkan ṣó popular ni bó ti sọ pé what money cannot do, more money will do. Ṣó popular ni? Ṣé popular náà pé kòtì. Fortune from Lagos State does not sound personal. What is your profession or trade? How did you build your personal empire outside of politics? Kò yé mi. Ọmọ yín ò jíjẹ́ òjà kò ṣàbò kò ṣàlágbà fún káṣọ wọ̀lú. Kò yé mi now. Can you tell us how you got the fortune you used for the election? Can you please explain to Nigerians how you got your money? Fantastically corrupt man. Nigeria is already on fire because of your greed. Nigeria has been on fire before. Its greed is the climax of it. It's the climax of it. From when has monies from illicit drug business, extortion, and touting become personal fortune? Emma Berry, laugh out loud. Are you not the cabal? Kò yé mi o. Personal fortune gotten from where? Nigeria, not the only country people they commit, they brag on top of. And bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Nigeria is the only country tí mo rí in the world tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa sọ pé my thief better your thief. Tó jẹ́ pé the more you steal, how well you can steal is a bragging right láàrin àwọn so-called political ruling class. Oh God. Can you see why nothing is working? He used looted funds from Lagos, but he's recouping his investment. Why people with criminal records are in power. But when people with criminal records are in power, what do you expect? Abio, his own cabinet is even worse. The crookest of the crookest. Crooker, only crooker, crookest. What one crookest raise to power infinity. Nino is cabinet. Tinubu does not listen to citizens. You hold no cabal. But the worst performing head of parastatals, MD of NLPC, was the only one not sacked. Yet, he cannot get any refinery to work since he took over in 2015, even with the billions of dollars they claim to have spent on repairs. Bullshit. Bullshit, isn't it? Bullshit, isn't it? Can you imagine? NLPC ni kò be. Meya Kyari. Treatment it wọ́n fún Emefi Omole náà máa fún. Ebi wọ́n sì treatment it wọ́n fún Emefi Omole ní Meya Kyari náà máa jẹ chicken time bomb ni o. Títà mi bá ti tó ń sìn wá gbé lọ sí the gallows wá yẹgi lẹ́sẹ̀. Wá gbé lọ sí the gallows wá yẹgi lẹ́sẹ̀. That's all. You spent your personal fortune. You got it from where? Are you an entrepreneur? Before you became governor, what do you have that is called your own? You worked at Mobile with a forged certificate and submitted a forged certificate to run for governor and senate. And the highly corrupt system in Lagos enabled all your actions. You did not win the last election. That brought you to power. Abi? Okay. Then what are you implying? That you spent your own hard-earned money to contest doesn't mean Nigerians should be subjected to untold hardship and poverty under your regime. The common man can no longer feed. You said you're a complete Democrat. How have you feared demo? Crazy demonstration, democracy. Democrat imbo. Demorat. Ajenifeni. Ademorat. Ajenifeni. Really? Practice democracy. Go kiss democracy and practice. Democracy na mirage. Took under democracy. Under Kotewa. Maybe in another headline, ma was under cotton practice. Nigeria lower, but you guys have moved away from democracy. Democracy is out of the equation. No, not at all. No. Shall we continue in serious poverty, joblessness, hunger, high insecurity because you spent your own money to contest? Are you saying you voted for yourself by yourself and won by yourself? Absolutely. This your statement is uncalled for. In an election, you don't expect everyone to vote for only you. Your statement is not what Nigerians want to hear, but he's saying it. It's in our ears whether we want to hear it or not. You spent your own money. So Nigerians have no right to express their feelings about how they are faring under your regime. Wow. Yes, so. Are you saying you voted by yourself for yourself? No. He voted. He was voted for by the North. He was voted for by the North. For the North. So, government of the North. By the North. And for the North, you know. Excuse me. àwọn ni wọ́n gbé débẹ̀ náà, so kọjọ́ máa yanjú ẹ̀. Gbogbo ilé tó ń sọ síta yìí, ara infighting tí wọ́n ń ṣe ni. Ara infighting tí wọ́n ń ṣe ni. There's sense in nonsense. There is sense in nonsense. Gbogbo jabajantis tó ń sọ yìí, òótọ́ wà ń bẹ̀. Téèyàn bá lajú sílẹ̀, ó máa rí. It's in plain sight. Why would you spend your money to run for a public post? Is it an investment? This man should be probed for saying this. But probed by who? Who go probe her? Who will bail the cat? Buhari, then probe Buhari. All of the Obasanjo, Emil, Ebeli, Jonathan, then probe her. Go on. Who probe go on? Buhari, Babangida, Salam. Well, all the past presidents, who probed them? Who probed them? I beg you. People contribute financially for you to run, and that is why it is voluntary and not mandatory. Who spent his own wealth to run for an election? Oh, before uncle, you see, all na acting. Wọ́n acting ní gbogbo àwọn tó sọ pé wọ́n sponsor yẹn, òun ló ti sọ tòótọ́ yẹn, olówó lòun ná. Those ones are just fronting for him. Mo rántí ìgbà yẹn táwọn kan dìde ní nọ́ọ̀tì tí wọ́n láwọn ra fọ́ọ̀mù fún, àwọn kan dìde ní àṣàjà àwọn kòbòkòbò, wọ́n láwọn ra fọ́ọ̀mù fún, àwọn kan dìde ní kinní kan, wọ́n láwọn ra fọ́ọ̀mù fún. Àṣebárí wọn. It was televised live when they were selling in dollars, exchanging money. Tí gbogbo wọn wá cross to his lane. So don't be forgetful. Correct, láti sọ pé òun spend a fortune. Ó ní iye tó náà náà. For God's sake, hunger has no mate. Hunger kills. Do you even care for our state of life at all? Ṣé na the renewed hope you promised be this? Your policies clearly seems not to have no light at the end of the tunnels. Our cost of survival is getting higher every day. $44 for a whole month in this 20th century. Kò kíá o. Àwọn ti ní employ 50 million youths. Well, we did àgbàdo, cassava, gàrí. Create demand and supply. So, tí mọ̀ kankan tó bá yá yín ẹ máa gbára yín. Ara renewed hope náà ni ló jẹ́ kíkọ́ ní àwọn special aids ẹ̀ kó gbé ṣáláńgá, kó ní ṣáláńgá renewed hope ní ṣáláńgá. Renewed hope ni ló mú tàtí ẹ̀ níná lókè ọ̀yà, ta ló nítọ̀ lókè ọ̀yà ló lọ kó wheelbarrow, ló ń pé wheelbarrow fáwọn ọ̀dọ́, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó yẹ kó wà school, tó yẹ kó wà ní either primary or secondary or third level education or vocational colleges or technical colleges. Wọ́n wá ń pín wheelbarrow fún wọn. Renewed hope. Àwọn kan pín àdánà. Renewed hope. Láyé Buhari, sẹ́nítọ̀ kan nìbàdàn, kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ náà? Ó pín ẹran fáwọn opó. Wọ́n ní ká máa sin ẹran. Wọ́n ní káwọn opó máa sin ẹran. Àwọn rádaràda, àwọn àsán ẹranko tó kọ̀ dáwọ́ èèyàn bóra. Well, wetin Musa no go see forget. Oga, we are simply hungry. Every time I hear we do this for our kids, I don't even have a child, and I am hungry as hell every day. I am hungry as hell every day. Which strength I won't use born? I no go chop before I born children. Man, I don't know what is wrong with you. The youths are not happy, and you say you are doing it for us. I beg you. Who are you? Who are you? When he's talking about the youth, his children. You think he's referring to you children? He's referring to his own children and the children of his fellow stealers. He's referring to his own children and the children of his fellow men in their own country, which is the country of the rich. It doesn't give a damn whether the children of the poor in their own poor country, whether they survive. So it's not when he's saying children. No, he's talking about his own children and his fellow children. Do you see their children go to the Talakamanians, to the Mekunu to go and marry? Their children are marrying amongst themselves so that they can keep the money amongst themselves. So, Joe. And when they are doing this, their parako doesn't know tribe. This they are stealing. It doesn't know tribe. It doesn't know race. It doesn't know religion. It doesn't know political party. They are all one. They are united in stealing, in looting. So he's talking to his own children. Okay? Hope you get that. He's not referring to you. Because you that are saying you should come and be father. He can't be father to a child that is not biologically his own child. Kò lè father ò lè ṣe fẹ́ father sí. Wọ́n ní Yorùbá náà mọ ẹni ò lè ṣe di bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Kí wá lọ kó lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì. Àwọn ọmọ títí ẹ̀. Oh my God. Biasi said keeping the bloodline. They are keeping their own bloodline. Even in other àwọn wọ́n ní blue blood. The rich and money, the blue blood. I want political cabals, political godfathers, political sponsors. I want the blue blood. So I want blue blood. So yeah, when they are counting children, umbolo shusi. Ṣé wọ́n ti kàyé kéèyàn ni ṣé ti exist ni. Ńgbà tó ń sọ children jọ ńgbà tí gbogbo meeting tí wọ́n ṣe tó máa ń ṣe ṣọ̀kì ṣọ̀ǹbọ̀lọ̀ tó ń ṣe tọ́jú bọ́lẹ̀ tó ń nanu lọ́bẹ̀ tó ń yọjú lọ́bẹ̀ jọ ṣé wọ́n pè wọ́n sí ṣé wọ́n jẹ́ bí children yẹn children kọ́ children rádaràdà. Ẹ má lọ wá bàbá yín ẹ jẹ́ lọ wá tíyà bàbá bá ń jẹ yín ẹ jẹ́ tètè lọ wá bàbá yín eléyìí ò ń ṣe tó bá jẹ́ bàbá yín ṣó máa ṣọmọ tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé bí ń pọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ ni àbọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ àbí yà ń jọmọ àbí yà ń jọmọ ọmọ ẹ̀ tọ́mọ ẹ̀ tó ń galavate up and down aago tọ́mọ ẹ̀ fi sanwó ṣe ẹmọye trillions tó jẹ́ bàtà tó wọ̀ sẹ́sẹ̀ lásán ṣe ẹmọye tó jẹ́ ó dàbí pé gbàtẹ́ kọ́kọ́ wáyé ìyá bàbá jẹyìn tẹ́ fi ń wá bàbá káàkiri wú bàbá help láyé Buhari bàbá ṣe Buhari ṣe bàbá tó máa jókòó tó máa tayín ajámọmọ tiẹ̀ fún lọ́mọ mọ́tò jọ ya kí mọ́lẹ̀ ó mọ àwọn key positions tó fún àwọn ọmọ títí ẹ̀ sí. ńgbà tí ẹ sọ bàbá ńgbà tó mọ Buhari tó forí gbálẹ̀ ń jọ sí àìmọye kò ló ń kà ẹ́ gbàgbéjọ ọmọ mẹ̀kúnnù táwọn náà san rí mọ́lẹ̀ at the same time Buhari ò ṣe sọ́pọ̀ òun bàbá wọn kó fún wọn ní the same treatment tó fọ́mọ títí ẹ̀ orí yín ò kì í pèsè ẹ̀yìn mẹ̀kúnnù ọ̀rọ̀ yín máa ń sú mi bàbá kọ́ gbèbè ni. Radarada. Radarada. To teach which children how to be good citizens. By take it, grab it, and run away with it. Oga Presido, you don't have a good record. All we have learned from you is fraud, godfatherism, 4G, and I don't care at it. Of course, king of boys, killer expect. Olú ọmọ àwọn jàgbà olúwayé fílẹ̀ fún ọwọ́ méjì fẹ́ nìkan àsìpòónú kan túwálè ó wojú ni wojú mẹ̀kúnnù wọn ní kẹ́ ẹ wojú wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ wojú wojú ò recognize please here goes the challenge. We all said there was massive fraud, of course. We all prefer to blame the leaders, who of course are innocent, but pretend not to know that the real problem is the civil servants. Who implement these policies, and these civil servants are our relatives, our friends, our parents, our uncles and aunties. We all know civil servants who own 10, 20 SUVs and 10, 20 properties. They are the richest in our churches, mosques, associations, and towns. But we respect them. They are our favorites. We hardly call them out for stealing government resources. Everybody just prefers to call out presidents and senators in Abuja. Not that I'm excusing them though. How many times do we call out our own state governors and state house assembly members? I concur with this point. Because amukwerewo olókèlè àwọn state governors torí bá ti wọ́ mo ṣe bí orí ló ṣáájú tí gbogbo ara tẹ̀lé. Orí ló ṣáájú tí gbogbo ara tẹ̀lé. Àlónílé ní lọ́wọ́ àlejò gọ́ọ́dì mẹ́rù àti governors àti state assemblies both at the local government level tó fi dé state level tó fi dé federal level tó fi dé presidency olórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn. Ikọ̀ gbé kò wu jàǹgbó ni competition tó ń ṣe ni pé mo lè jíjú ẹ lọ mo lè jagbà jù ẹ lọ mo lè permutate jù ẹ lọ mo lè fọ́ọ̀dì jù ẹ lọ mo lè ríìgì jù ẹ lọ ní nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Ní ńgbà tí an ordinary local government chairman tó bá ti contest tó bá ti wọlé local government tó ti wọlé á wá kúrò ńbẹ̀ á wá lọ máa gbé government reserved area tó jẹ́ pé inú ibẹ̀ ló yẹ kó máa gbé sódà tó máa lè mọ the needs of the people. Àwọn òyìnbó ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ but tòótọ́ ni tòótọ́ lókè nígbà tí ẹni tó ti ra cement látàyè nígbà táwọn first àwọn tó ń ta cement kí ló pọ́n láwọn ń tà ní 3,500 meanwhile àwọn distributors ń tà ní 8,000 ṣé Tinubu náà ni and everybody now ó lè. From the president to the common man, everybody now only. Our common man don't complain no, it's because excuse me, wọ́n ní access sí. Táwọn go bá ní access sí, wọ́n á tún jí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Even ordinary sales girl, tẹ́ bá rájú nǹkan tó máa ń jí. Everybody now only because iṣẹ́ ti pọ̀ jù. Iṣẹ́ òun yá ti pọ̀ jù because wọ́n fi value sórí hard work, wọ́n fi value sórí being honest, wọ́n fi value sórí being loyal. Kò ṣe máa sọ Mr. President, why all this rhetorics? Ebambio, you said you sent trucks of grains to all state governments to elevate the sovereign of the masses, which we are yet to see. Why not send the money directly to our BVN account number so that the beneficiary will be the receiver of the palliative instead of this? Bẹ́ẹ̀ni now, tó bá fẹ́ vote, wọ́n máa tó bá fẹ́ gbé voters kì í jáde BVN yóò máa ṣiṣẹ́ ń gbà yẹn. But tó bá kọ́kọ́ fún yín lówó, wọ́n máa ní àwọn ò tí ì rí register, àwọn ń kọ́ ilé ìtẹ̀ lọ́wọ́, and they're speaking from both sides of the mouth. Meanwhile, at the same time, wọ́n máa sọ pé àwọn ti disperse owó àwọn ti gbé kíníkan billion out of poverty àwọn ti gbé kíníkan billion out of poverty àwọn ti gbé rice lọ síbì kan àwọn ti This assertion from Tinubu is quite interesting. But it should be breaking news. So, Mr. President, you are in a wonderful position right now to get Nigerians out of the wilderness. If truly you hold no cabal, Mr. President, you need to tell us about the cabals that have been holding us hostage. Expose all of them, the custom cabals, the oil cabals, the marine cabals, the mining cabals, the electric power cabals. These individuals are not human beings. They are evil forces. They have held our common resources for so long with impunity. So, Mr. Tinubu, if you're denying these evil groups today, I expect you to move on them like a bulldozer and do a clean-up exercise. Clean-up exercise. Oh my God. Kò ní lè ṣe ó yẹ kó probe Buhari bò tó ti mọ̀ pé torí pé kò fẹ́ kọ́ ọwọ́ dùn tó náà bá kúrò ńbẹ̀ so wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe náà. How selfish can a handful of people be that they swallow everything all alone so that others don't have anything? What kind of monster can the so-called leader of a country be that he keeps buying and squandering when his people are on their knees begging for food? Or the makers of laws keep accumulating irrelevant things like cars when they already have in abundance. That is all they do. Consume, consume, consume until there's nothing left. How evil can they be that when they do consume, they don't even buy locally so they can create jobs? And an idiot bloody senator has the audacity to say it is better to buy imported. They just don't know when to stop. But we can't and must not continue to do patch, manage. Be patient. While these same bloody people are using their backhands to be stealing, while looking at us straight in the eye and asking us to be patient. People are dying. There are no doctors, no medication, no schools, no infrastructure, no anything in the country that is abundantly blessed. It is our tolerance for rubbish, incompetence, and celebrating glitz, rather than using our heads to understand and appreciate dignity and our self-value, and most especially understanding that we all have only one life, which is time limited, and you allow people with only one head take it all from you. Nigerians can tolerate. Oh my God. Ó yẹ kó fún àwọn Nigerians sínú Guinness Book of Records lórí tolerance. Wọ́n rọ́kú die. Don't you and your children deserve more and better? Are these thieving bastards better than you? Why allow them to take it all from you? If they don't do right by us, they don't do what they are hired to do, which is to govern and protect and take care of the Nigerian people. Then, let us find true leaders that love Nigerians first, have a love of country, are proud of Nigeria so jealously that they have real true vision and know exactly what they are doing. People who truly want to do right by their people. Kò possible ní Nàìjíríà. Bóyá tá bá pín gàrí. This could have been ideal, but it is dream. If wishes were horses, ó ti bọ́. Kò sàtúnṣe fẹ́ já kíkọ́, ó ti bọ́. How many bloody cars can a human drive? And Murphy only had over 19 official cars, and every year he gets one allocated to him. Such waste. It is in fact insanity. We allow Manami to walk away with over 2 trillion, which he shared with his boss, who by the way had previously enriched himself with PTF money. What is wrong with us? Excuse me, is it that we can't show outrage and demand better? The masses is back coming. Excuse me, what is back coming? What is back coming? But wake up, a bit of my I will never understand why Tinubu will pay $150 million for a new plane when he has to use his official plane on top of his own personal private jets when his countrymen are dying of hunger. Or why he will spend billions for a boat when the educational system is almost non-existent. Where does he want to sail the boat on, Jare? Where does he want to sail the boat on? Well, only go boat láti Abuja lọ s'Èkó. How greedy can a person be? Or is Tinubu mad? Are they all mad? Gbogbo wọn náà mad. Gbogbo wọn ni. Oh, because only people that can't reason clearly would continue making stupid decisions like this. And in a time like this, very, very insensitive. Are there no wise, intelligent people at the villa? People with conscience. And she won nene. And the absolute idiot, Ononuga, who thinks we would feel guilty by asking us if we wanted this plane to crash. Let it crash. Of what use is a half-dead man anyway? Look at the state of the country. Look at the greedy collective crooks he gathered to help him administer it. Every single one of them is a thief. We are at the midpoint of a stolen election and see what has happened. He just wanted to be president and brought no vision, no plans or ideas. A leader that can sacrifice will stay put with his diaper-wrapped pot in his country until things are better. There is a reason Zoom was created. They just don't care. Though, it just doesn't make sense anymore. Go make a sense more. These charlatans are evil. There is no other way to reason this. Only a highly delusional person will think with this present set of NAS, ministers or civil servants and one-quarter lucid half-dead man staring it that the country can survive. It can't. It can never. They just don't get it. As it is, we need a total, complete overhaul. Brand new. So, the people have spoken, no, as said by the people. If Tinubu had read this, comatose new, mi ò rò pé ó máa survive, but oníyan ṣe ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe, àwa tá a jẹ náà, akọ àìbínú. So that's it, guys. Tinubu ti ní òun ẹni cabal o, gbogbo òun lòun ná o, pẹ̀sọ́ òun ò owe anybody any compensation o, ó ti ohun yẹn nìyẹn, ó ti fi sílẹ̀. So thanks for listening to me. Until I come your way again, bye.